new, fresh film from the Fresh Studio, Marvel Studios, who have brought you such films as The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor 2. Oh yeah, also the Avengers and Captain America 2, which were really badass. So, what is there to say about this movie? How about how there's a talking raccoon in the cast? Not actually in the cast, but one of the characters. Um, and he's played by Bradley Cooper. Rocket Raccoon. Okay? Genetically engineered mammal. His pal is Groot. He's a tree that says, "I'm Groot." That's about it, yo. And then Gamora, she's green. Thanos' daughter, adopted, but daughter. And Drax, he's mad at Ronan the Accuser. In the comics, it was Thanos. Thanos killed his family, and like, I think it was like Thanos' father turned him into Drax. Anyway, he's in there. Dave Bautista. Gamora's Zoe Saldana. And Groot is Vin Diesel. You know, the Iron Giant. I mean, he played the Iron Giant. He's not actually the Iron Giant. So anyway, Chris Pratt is Star-Lord. This movie's awesome. It's got colorful stuff. It's like looking at somebody taking a bunch of finger paints and filming it. No, but seriously, it's actually really badass. I never thought a movie with a talking raccoon could be, well, as badass as this, I guess. But basically, we start off with sort of the origins. Not exactly what it was in the comics, but sort of the origins of Star-Lord. Okay, how he got into space, and as he's being abducted by aliens, and then straight up cuts to the Marvel logo, and it's like, damn, it's like you're being abducted by aliens, abducted by Marvel Comics aliens. So it's a really good transition into the logo, I think, because it's like, it's kind of like you're on Earth and in the 80s, and you're doing this earthy 80s stuff, and then it's like, oh, I'm being abducted in the Marvel Universe. Holy shit, look at all that comic book stuff. Marvel Studios. So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's really good. James Gunn directed it. He did Super. All right, that's that movie about the psychotic superhero who thinks God is telling him to tell a crime to shut up. He's like, "Shut up, crime!" And he goes around hitting people in the head with a wrench, and it's really gory, and it's actually kind of messed up. But I think James Gunn excels when he's dealing with psychotic characters. I really think he excels because he can really, tap into the heart, the emotion of those psychopaths. And for that, James Gunn was a perfect choice for this movie. A movie about a bunch of assholes that we're supposed to like. James Gunn makes sense. Also, it's got a talking animal, and James Gunn wrote the live-action Scooby-Doo movies. Oh. Alright, let's just forget about that part. Yeah. Really, honestly, the villains are just kind of there. I mean, they're important. So you got Ronan the Accuser as the villain. But it seems like he's maybe working for some dude. He's trying to get one of the Infinity Stones. Oh, remember at the end of Thor the Dark World where the Collector, played by Benicio del Toro, who was playing kind of Space Liberace, he's like, 1 down, 5 to go. I don't know if that's exactly how he put it. Not really at all. But he was very over the top. He's like, the Collector! Maybe not that either, but he's over the top. He's like, And, we learned that the Tesseract and the Ether from Thor 2, those are Infinity Stones. And so there's a certain Marvel character who showed up at the end of the Avengers, who smiled, has a purple face, in the comics they're called Infinity Gems, wants him to power his Infinity Gauntlet. I think you know who it is, Mad Titan. And Ronan, he's kind of like, well, you know what, Thanos, change of plans. I don't think I'm gonna be working for you anymore. And shit gets real. And Ronan wants to kill the people of the Nova Corps because he's like, you killed my father and his father and his father again and again and again. And yeah, you get the idea. Lee Pace played Ronan the Accuser. He was competent, I guess. I mean, the villains in this movie I think were kind of just not very interesting to me. I kind of like Nebula, mostly because she looked so weird. And she had like this cybernetic thing going on with her voice, which was pretty cool. She got a cool fight scene. And the Collector was cool. We don't get much of him. He has a very small role, but I'm guessing he's gonna be back. I mean, he's kind of a bigger Marvel character, so hoping that Adam Warlock is in the next one too. But that's kind of talking about sequel stuff. Let's talk about this movie. So yeah, you got these characters. They're like assholes, and they have to work together to save the galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's cool. John C. Reilly I liked as a member of the Nova Corps. You know what? The Nova Corps is another thing I'd like to see expanded in another movie. Maybe even, get their own movie, because the Nova Corps is really important in Marvel Comics. And, but yeah, it's a really fun movie. It's just really fun. Alright? The actors that play all the heroes are all really good, but I feel like the movie is really carried by Chris Pratt's character Star-Lord, as well as Bradley Cooper's character Rocket. Those characters kind of carry the movie for me. So I'm going to do something kind of different with the rating, because kind of makes sense. 3 down, 3 to go, with the Infinity Stones. So I'm going to rate this movie out of 6. 6 Infinity Stones. 6 out of 6 Infinity Stones. Okay. Guys, do you think there's gonna be an Infinity Stone in Doctor Strange? I think there might. Dormammu's probably gonna be in that too. So anyway, spoiler section. Don't want to get spoiled about the movie with the talking raccoon. Go away. Come back and watch spoiler section later. But everybody knows what the big reveal is. It's what we've been waiting. Like, I don't know, what is it, like, let's see, 30, like, 30, 40, I don't know. It's like 25 years, maybe 30 years for, guys, the greatest Marvel character ever to ever get his own movie. Howard the Duck returns! Just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding about Howard the Duck returning. Not greatest character in Marvel Comics. But, that was actually pretty funny. Something tells me that was a joke about, like, people comparing Guardians of the Galaxy to Howard the Duck. So, I'm guessing James Gunn was just like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we brought in Howard the Duck? He's like, it's so unexpected. People are going to be expecting a surprise. And then freaking Howard the Duck shows up. Also Cosmo, the dog. And obviously Josh Brolin played Thanos, who I was kind of underwhelmed by, but he had such a small... I mean, he's kind of a puppeteer for like the first half, but he kind of went away. So yeah, for a sequel, I'd like to see more... That Adam Warlock and Thanos, and the Nova Corps. I want to see those 3 things expanded in the next one. But what else is there to spoil, really? Oh, in the Collector's collection, you can see a Dark Elf from Thor the Dark World, a Chitauri from the Avengers, a Chitauri? Is that the way you say it? And there's some other stuff. There's a lot of Easter eggs and references in this movie. I didn't get all of it. I'm not like a huge comic book reader. And they changed stuff like the Badoon aren't in here. I think that has to do with Fox and the Fantastic Four movie rights. Oh, and there was an Alf trading card. You know Alf, the cat eater? That's it.